Hello, RSP Soldiers of the Montana Army National Guard. My name is Chaplain Cody Roach. I have the distinct privilege of serving as the full-time support chaplain for Eastern Montana, located in Billings. And I also have the privilege of serving as the 1889th Regional Support Group Chaplain. I want to do a couple of things in these next few moments. First of all, I want to say happy holidays to you and to your families. Welcome to the team of the Montana Army National Guard. We're so proud of you and so thankful that you have made this decision to don the uniform to serve your state and your nation. Welcome to the team. I also want to take just a few minutes to encourage you with a thought for the day. And the thought that I want to share with you comes from a book by the name of The 7 Habits for Highly Effective People, written by Stephen Covey. I want to share just a highlight from habit number 1, be proactive, take control of me. I want to begin just by sharing a little bit of my recent history. I recently, this past June, transferred back to the Montana Army National Guard from the state of Oregon. I'd served in the state of Oregon for the last 4 years or so as their full-time state support chaplain. My family and I moved out there in about 2016. And I can tell you this, it was a major adjustment moving from Montana to Oregon. The Pacific Northwest, it's an absolutely beautiful place to live, surrounded by enormous trees, lots of greenery, vineyards, etc. The summer months are absolutely just wonderful. But something changes in about the month of October. The weather begins to shift and it is incredibly overcast and gray and wet. And it's not abnormal to go days on end, in fact, maybe a week or 10 days without seeing the sunshine during the winter months. And that was really difficult for me and for my family to adjust to. In fact, I can remember picking up my phone and looking at my weather app, and I would just scan through the weather, desperately looking for the next day of sunshine. And my heart would absolutely sink when the weather app would tell me that I wouldn't see sunshine for the next 7 or 10 days. And I begin to think thoughts like this, that boy, I sure would be happier if the sun would shine today, or man, I don't know if I can live here. I sure wish that I could live somewhere else, if I could just live somewhere else and take this job with me, if you will, and just tweak my circumstances just a little bit, then I would be happier. Well, isn't that just a common struggle with all of us? That we believe this common myth that goes like this: if I could only change my external circumstances, my external weather, if you will, well, then I would be happier. If I could only change my job, then I would be happier. Or if I could only change my significant other, or if I could only change the way that my peers see me or look at me or respond to me, or if I could only change where I live, fill in the blank, then I would be happier. The problem is that when we do that, we are allowing our external weather to determine our internal weather, if you will. Our internal weather, meaning our perspective or our attitude. Well, I had mentioned Stephen Covey, and he is the one who wrote the 7 Habits for Highly Effective People, and he would call this reactive living. He says this, that when a person lives reactively, they unconsciously give up control and make choices based upon their mood, their environment, or their experiences. Well, Stephen Covey suggests that there is an alternative to living reactively, and that is to live proactively. When we choose to live proactively, we are in essence saying this: I am fully responsible for my thoughts, my feelings, and my actions. I'm going to make choices based not upon my external circumstances, but I'm going to make choices based upon my values. I am learning this, that the proactive approach to life actually leads to greater effectiveness, and it leads to greater personal contentment. So I want to encourage you to join me in this challenge, and that is this: to choose to live proactively rather than reactively. Living proactively requires 3 very important steps. Number 1, that we pause. Number 2, that we think. And number 3, that we choose. Number 1, we pause. We pause before we respond to any particular disappointment or offense, any disappointment in life. We take some time, maybe we breathe, or maybe we take a walk, but we pause, whatever pause looks like for you. And then we think about all of the possible responses that we can come up with for this particular situation. And then we choose the most helpful and healthy response based upon our values, not based upon our external circumstances. And I want you to remember this. Remember that our external weather, our external circumstances, it doesn't have to dictate or determine our internal attitudes or our internal perspective. We have the ability to choose. And so I want to encourage you today to practice proactive living. Join me in that challenge, would you? And take control of you. Happy holidays to you. Blessings to you. So glad you're on the team. Signing out.